everyone. I hope you all are managing well in these challenging times of the pandemic. On behalf of India Diversity Forum, I would like to wish you all safety and good health. For more details, you can visit our website, indiadiversityforum.org. We have year-long engagements to try and make a difference at workplaces and any organization that believes that the world, our homes, our workplaces, and society ought to be ecosystems of equality, diversity, and inclusion are welcome to join us. I was telling you about IDF's efforts to make our workplaces more diverse and inclusive. And diverse and inclusive does not mean just hiring of more women or making more women leaders. It is a vast issue that covers gender, LGBTQ plus community, age, race, cultural background, people with disabilities, people with different faiths, and many more factors that are creating conscious and unconscious boundaries among people on a personal, social, and professional level. So where do we get the professionals for our workplaces from? From within us, right? Who will create a diverse and inclusive workplace? Has to be people like us. In June, the Pride Month, we have decided to take up some inspiring stories and also invite some experts on diversity and inclusion to discuss issues that will help us making our cities, states, nation, and the world more diverse. I have a very interesting person as my first interviewee, Aruna Desai. Welcome, Aruna. So, let me introduce you first to our audience, and then I would like to ask you quite a few questions. Aruna Desai is a graduate from Bombay University and head of HR and admin in a manufacturing company in India. She's co-founder of the support group of parents, Sweekar The Rainbow Parents of India. This group bridges the gap between parents of LGBTIQ children and strives to build a parallel structure of support system for them. She's a proud mother of a queer child and an ally of the community. She decided to be a part of the parents' meets and panel discussions when she realized that not all the parents accept their children the way they are. Since then, she has been counseling many parents and children. She's previously spoken at Salzburg, Nepal, ILGA Asia, Vietnam, and also at the 8th ILGA Asia Conference in South Korea. Her advocacy is widely reported in the Indian media, besides talks and in-person counseling. To further her cause, she co-produced a multi-award winning Indian film called Evening Shadows that focuses on a parent-child relationship and acceptance of sexuality. Welcome again, Aruna. You have done commendable work, and I think I need to immediately start ask the questions. The first thing that I would like to know is, you say that you are the proud mother of a gay son. I would like to know, when did your son come out to you? How old was he
then? First of all, thank you very much for inviting me and that beautiful introduction. My son came out to me in the year 2007. He was 17-year-old then. So that was very early age actually for children to come out, and though that year, but now, now children come out at like 13 year, 14 year also. I have experienced that. So yeah, and he wanted to come out at that age because there was section 377. So and because of that, people used to blackmail and all, so he never wanted somebody else to come and tell me about his orientation. So that's why he came and told me.
Okay, so what was your first reaction? He told you or your husband or both of you together, and what was the reaction?
Frankly, to tell you that, he never told me. It was me who asked him. Oh. That's why for that I need to tell little the small story about it, how that happened. So what he did, he came out to all his friends, school friends, college friends. He told everybody, and even he made friends with community because he wanted to come out. So he gathered support from people, all his friends and all. So and so he wanted to check, how the water is, whether the water is cold, or how my reaction would be, and he wanted to come out to me only first, because normally boys are very close to mothers, and even otherwise, the community children wants to come out to their mother only first, so and he knew that if he gets support from me, he will get support from everywhere, from his dad and everybody, so what he did, the date he decided to come out, before that, almost like 2 weeks before that, one of his friend came and told me that, auntie, there's one boy who is gay, and so because he's gay, his parents are not giving him food, mother is not cooking for him, hitting him and all that. So I heard that time, first time, gay. Okay, because Abhishek knew that there is no discussion in the house. We do everything. We watch news, we read newspapers, we do everything. We discuss all the subject, but why we don't discuss about the LGBT community? So he wanted to check. So, and that was true. So I heard that first time gay. So I asked him, his friend only, what is gay? I mean, gay. Okay, so he said, auntie, he explained to me in a simple, he said, auntie, how you being a woman, you wanted to marry a boy, so like that, gay means one boy likes another boy, likes or even loves, or if he is if he can, wants to marry a boy only. So my reaction was like, so what if he's he's gay and he likes a boy, so that's why, how can mother do this, not giving food and hitting him and all that. So I was literally shocked, so my reaction was so cool. They thought, oh wow. And then then next day, this was like in somewhere in the evening of that day. So next day, when I went to office, I remembered that, and I started searching on the internet, what is gay, like gay life and everything, I started learning since then. And
then you did not know. I'm sorry to interrupt.
I
did not know about it.
No.
And then how come your reaction was so cool?
Because see, first of all, I am even otherwise, I'm a highly non-judgmental person. I do not judge anybody for anything at all, so it's everybody's life, and I just because I did not know, that does not mean the thing is not there, so it was like that. So my thing was like, okay, I don't know, being gay, or there was no, I did not know even LGBT whole community that time. I heard first gay. So it was like that. So that
you went to the office and you started researching.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And then that day came, then this went on for, his friend was started sending me SMS, all those things,
So you said that you went to the office and did research and found out about the community. And then when did your son tell you exactly?
Yeah. So after that, like it was on 3rd December 2007. He told me, we will. I want to speak to you, Mama, and then I'm going to speak to you on that day. But I said, what? Like we are like from the childhood. Ours is like it's not like mother-son relation. It is always like friends. I share everything to him. What happened in the office? Like normally, we share everything. He shares, I share, my husband will share, all of us share everything. And what is it that he wants to say it, and that particular day. So what, that time my husband had got to he was out to Baroda. He was not in town, so he decided maybe that day, so what, before that, just 2 days before that, I told him, Abhishek, your friend is telling me story about someone else is gay, but I feel he's only gay, and he's saying that somebody else is gay. So Abhishek was like, so Mama. And then they thought, oh, my mother is so brilliant that she came to know about him, and he was really gay, so he came to know about him, so that means I will come to know about Abhishek also. So that day, I came from office, and then evening we started discussing. you know what, he took so long, he could not come out. Only he was like, mama, you know already, you say. I thought like, what is it, like I was thinking. And then then we were discussing something else. This went on for 2 hours, he couldn't say. And then in the end, like, he started getting, I mean, he was scared, why my mom is not opening up, why she's not saying. And then I thought, why is so scared, why is taking so long. And then I thought, maybe this is the new topic, new subject I heard recently. It may be that same thing he wants to say about. Then I asked him, you said your friend is gay, I think, are you also gay? So he was like, okay. He just got up and he came and hugged me, and he started asking, Ki, mama, do you still love me? Do you hate me now? Are you ashamed of it? I said, like, you wanted to say this? He said, yes. I said, oh my God, you should have just said it, come, let's go for dinner. And we went for dinner. We called one of his friend who lives close by. Three of us went to a restaurant and we had dinner.
How did your husband take it? When did you tell him?
So he was only 17-year-old, and that night, like, we were discussing. He was like, mama, we'll discuss. We didn't sleep only for very long, and then that time we decided, like, he was only in 12th standard. So after the discussion, then he only said, I think, mama, let me complete my studies. We will not tell dad now. And I said, see, anything, whatever you say. So it was like that. Then my thing was, I mean, I was learning. My journey started talking to many children and parents, going to parents meet, pride parade, everywhere. I was doing, he was doing, everything was normally happening. And and after that, I was also like educating my husband. Whenever the article used to be there in newspaper, anywhere topic is there on TV, Abhishek was writing, because he's he's a mass media person. He has done journalism, so he was writing for this Hindustan Times and this one more newspaper. So he was writing articles on LGBT and other also, of course. So so I used to and Abhishek and my husband used to read everything, except that he was gay. That's all. And this went on, and immediately after he completed his studies, the graduation, after that he did masters also from St. Xavier's. So immediately after that, he said, mama, I will tell dad, you go to office, I will alone tell him. So imagine, he being close to me, he was scared to tell me. And once he got my support, after that, he was so comfortable that he alone told his dad, and they were discussing. And you know what? It was like, the conversation was like, that I'm this, I'm gay. Do you know what is gay? Gay means, he said, my husband said yes. So, because I was already educating him, and he knew, he was watching so many things, so many articles and all those. So I said, he was like, gay, that means, what, I'm not going to marry a girl. Then, this is not my fault. It's not your fault. It's not mama's fault. It's nobody's fault. I am born like this. So if you have any question, anything, you ask me. Don't say that it is mama's fault or something. That went on so smoothly, and the acceptance got immediately. And my husband only asked, mama knows about this or not. He asked that, and he said yes, she knows so many years, like in 2007. So that's all. And then after that, he with me also, my husband was like, he said, now that that Abhishek is not going to get married, so I think you should stop buying gold. He said that.
But you were such a cool couple. Frankly, before I ask you the next question on when did you decide to go public with it, I really want to ask you, Aruna, from person to person, did it hit you initially when you asked your son and he said he was gay? What was inwardly your feeling, if you could share?
No, my only feeling was, definitely there is nothing. No, when I said, I'm non-judgmental person, I mean it. I really mean it. I am definitely non-judgmental for others. So how will I be for my own child? So that is not the case. My only thing was, oh my God, he's just, only child. He doesn't have siblings, immediate siblings. He has cousin, brother, sister, and all. So that I was like, he should have had. He always always, when he was small, he always used to say, Mama, I want sister, I want sister, and then, that thought came in my mind. Oh, he should have had like somebody, to be there with him,
As a support.
because as a support, and like, sometimes,
Share.
children are like, okay, some things they want to tell, I mean, they do not want to tell parents, but not in Abhishek's case. He tells me everything. We discuss all the topics, all the topics. I want to tell you that also, about gay life, and after that, the whole that definition of LGBTIQ, what exactly it means. Abhishek only told me all this, I learned from him,
You
everything in detail,
you are a model family, actually, and I believe this story is going to be very inspirational. Now, since your family accepted, it was very important for the child to get support from the parents. When did you both decide to accept in society that your son was gay and you were okay with it? When did you decide?
I decided, I mean, I really don't care for society or anybody like that, For me, my family and my child is really, really important. There are no, like, I mean, I have seen like so many parents, immediately when their children come out, immediately they start thinking of, what society will say, what my extended family, neighbors, and all those things, and they don't, your child is in front of you, your child is telling what they are gone through, their struggle, it's not easy,
Yeah.
they being called from the community, it is really not easy. People think that it's a fancy, or it's a fashion, only rich people can afford. It's nothing like that, so your child has gone through a lot, and you are there, you decide about society. So I don't do that. I have not done that time also, and I don't do that till today. So it was like, as it comes for my of course my family, I immediately told. And for me, it is like, it is my voice and it is my language what I speak. I am the way I'm going to tell them, I'm going to tell them. I'm not going to ask them whether it is right or wrong. It was like that for me. So it was just that, I told, I'm not asking anybody's reaction or advice from them. So that is why it was easy for me to go
Aruna,
everywhere.
you are my hero. The way
Thank you.
you are talking, and everybody says that there ought to be people in decision making positions who are going to be inspirational, who must lead from the front. I believe people like you should lead from the front, because these are stories happening from our homes. This is from our life. It is not just that, as you very rightly said, that it is not limited to a rich class or any other class. These are our society's stories. These are happening. These things are happening, and people like you are the ones who will inspire others to come out, because it is okay.
Heterosexual people do not have to, I don't have to stand on the roof of our top and say that, I'm heterosexual, so I'm
Yeah.
why
So
should,
why do they
why should
declare?
yeah, that's what,
Yeah. Yeah.
so as it comes, I go as it comes, and wherever it is necessary, whenever the topic comes, I'm there, and I'm really not looking at their reaction also. I really don't care what they think, whoever is that person, I really don't care.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So tell me, you also formed Sweekar, the Rainbow Parents of India. I need to understand, when did you think about creating this group?
When Abhishek came out in 2007, so that time only, he took the very next month he took me to that, you must be knowing already, Gay Bombay organization. Over there they have parents meet, like mostly monthly parents meet used to be there. So parents meet means, all the children are there, and they say Gay Bombay, but there are everybody, all the whole spectrum, will be there, and parents also, whoever are out, out and proud, the parents go there. Even if they are not proud, they go there, to understand more. So when I went there next month, so there were like the 3-4 parents were there, and then I was there, and I saw, so few parents and so many children, and of all lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, trans woman, trans, everybody I saw there. And I saw there, when I shared my story, I mean, all of us, all the parents shared our story, and and children shared their story, so they were like crying like anything, and they were struggling to, even while telling, they were crying so much. And when I heard that, because Abhishek took me over there for what, I thought, I told him that, I have accepted you fully. There is nothing like, acceptance. You are already my own, so there is nothing like acceptance. So I don't have to, and I understood everything about being gay, So he said, no, Mama, you are working as HR manager. So I know, you understand, people's problems. So, that's why I want you to know, see, when your parent do not accept, what happens, and thanks to him that he took me over there, and I saw there. And then when I shared my story, they were like, children were so happy. This auntie is so bold, and they came to me and they asked for my number, and they asked me whether you will you talk to our parents, they don't accept us and all those. So we were doing that, then I said yes, and then I started going to they started calling me. I used to speak to their parents over the phone, then go to some people were not okay to speak over the phone. I used to go to their house and all those things. So this was going on since 2007. After that, till so many years, and there were few more, 2-3 more parents were there, and we were doing this, and on a personal capacity, and so we spoke to so many people, and their companionship was this happened, and then in 2017, this film, Evening Shadows, Sridhar Rangayan came up with the idea of making film of Evening Shadows, which is, mother son coming out to his mother as a gay. So for that, he called 3 of us, for a press conference over there. And so that time he announced, Sridhar made announcement saying that, he wants to have, there are all kinds of group, but there is this kind of group is not there, where parents support, the LGBT parents support each other, so that's why he wants to make have that kind of group. And that film was crowdsource funded film. So he said that, he made announcement saying that he wants to keep some money for the group, for the formation of group, like have workshops and all, to have in the restaurant and all. So that time, we came to know, okay, he wants to have a group. And so that is why that time I thought, okay, I will also be part of that film also. And anyways, that film is part of our group also, Sweekar. So it was like that. And then there were 10 parents of us, and we formed that group in 2017.
How has this group affected the children who have come out of the closet and their parents? And I would also, when you tell me about it, like to know that when the government took a stand in changing the law, what was the reaction in all the people?
Yeah, this group is affecting very, very positively for the parents. If you see now, we started with 10 parents in February 2017, and now like it's we just completed 4 years. Now we have 117 parents in our group. Imagine. So with this only, you'll come to know that, the acceptance is increasing. And, when I say one family, like with me, like if I come out and I accept my child, that means, my whole extended family from both the sides, they get sensitized, so with one family, one parent's acceptance into multifold, will be like 10, 15
more people
with
will
them,
accept.
more people will accept, so like that 117 multiply by 10 also, you say, then imagine, so and here in the group, we like, we support each other, we what we do, when they join, they are mostly confused. They do not know what is like sexual orientation, what is gay, lesbian, so that they want to know more about it. And not all the parents are very comfortable with their own children, speaking about the subject, so they want to speak to somebody else. And we here, we are not strangers, we are sailing in the same boat, so we know like what it is, so they are very comfortable, whatever they want to ask, all their problems, issues if they have with their own children, and then what is this, what is that, and all, even the achievement, everything we discuss on our group. It's a WhatsApp group. We started with WhatsApp group. Now we have Facebook page also, we have Instagram handle, so it's like this. So we did this, and then came, and one of the parent, two actually parents are the petitioners, were their petitioner in the section 377 case also, so yeah, so that is also one big thing, for us,
In
and
fact, I
then
was just sorry. In
yeah.
fact, I was just thinking that normally people thought that these are very rare cases and itne zyada case hote nahi hai, sort of thing. But maybe when Article 377 happened and people got the confidence to come out, it is not such a rarity in society. I think that was something you were also mentioning to me once when we were talking, that there were people all around, but they were not very confident to come out. Is that so?
Anna, what I want to say that, they wanted to come out, of course, but what I have seen, in Mumbai Pride, since I live in Mumbai, so I'll speak about Mumbai. Mumbai Pride started in 2008. Okay, so and that is with Abhishek came out to me in 2007. So I attended all the, from the very first Pride till the last happened in 2020. So I attended all the Pride. So what I have seen, in the early years, what children used to do, they used to wear masks, they used to paint their faces, and not to show their real identity, so that people will I mean, there, because the article comes next day in the newspaper, the photos comes, so that's why they wanted to hide their identity, not to parents not to know, but the difference, in 2018, when that 6 September 2018 was the date, when the section 377 was scrapped. And what we have seen, after that, immediately the next day was celebration, the Mumbai Pride was there, and then the next year in 2019, what a difference, children stopped wearing masks, and no painting, and they were showing their faces, and they thought like this is the right time to come out to their parents, maybe not directly, but by this way. And many children, their photos came in the newspaper, so many newspapers, different all the different languages newspaper, everywhere their photos were there, and so many parents came to know from those photos. And that parent accepted, because they came to know, because there is no section 3, because your child is not called criminal then, so yes.
This is a very brilliant point that you brought out. I never thought about it, and I'm learning it from you. So about they hiding behind the colors. I knew that they colored their hair, and about the various piercings and everything. I did know about it, but this was the reason, is an angle that I didn't understand earlier. So here now when we talk, I need to understand what you as a mother, Aruna, feel that is the biggest challenge in children still struggling to come out of the closet to their parents, because there's a huge number still which is not come out to the parents, which is the segment that is not very comfortable saying that he or she is gay or lesbian or bisexual or
yeah, because these children see that, when they hear some other people's story, parents are not accepting, and mainly when they live with their own parent, they see that, parents, when they see the in the newspaper or in the TV, they see that LGBT, and then parents start commenting, oh, this is all nonsense. I mean, I am there, I was there, so many panels, children are there, and they say that, our parents are so homophobic, when we try to take out the subject, like we want to start how you how your child did check the waters whether so we try to do that, the parents are always homophobic and all. So that's the reason, they don't want to come out, and parents, sometimes they blackmail that, if you don't turn straight, then we will commit suicide, and what all the
Yeah,
things,
that
they say,
blackmailing.
that
But
blackmailing.
yeah, but here one thing that I need to bring out, Aruna, because we are now running out of time. Parents quite often might also be scared of the societal reaction. Maybe, as you said, my child needs me, and I will have to be the first support. Is despite they at times even wanting to be, they would be scared about what would be the society's reaction be. Because I also know that some members of LGBTQ community in the workplaces, they get sidelined or they are mocked. People make fun of them, so it is not very easy for people to come out. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, it is actually in the corporates and all, it's not easy, that's, what my son did, I can say that, what my son did, he wanted to always check, he changed, I mean, this is his third company, third
Mm,
office. So
mm,
what he did, he checked, even during the interview, he checked whether, they have anti discrimination policies or not, how the diversity and inclusion, over there.
mm,
And
mm,
he checked that first, and then only he went there, and
mm.
and he wanted, I asked him, he wanted, uh, if it was not there, what it would have been. He said, no, if it was not there, and then I wanted to make that, change. So it was always like that, so that confidence is there, now. So I want to tell, parents, uh, nobody can choose their sexuality or gender identity, so when you are, that is why, parents, for parents, when your child comes out to, you need to remember that your child has probably gone, struggled with their own identity, and suffer internal turmoil, so as parents, we should not make that feel more worse,
Mm.
because already this world does not look kindly towards LGBT community. So people have really the problem, that's why parents should have, in fact, parents should have open dialogue with them, how I was doing, have open dialogue, don't react immediately, listen to them, what they are trying to say, and try to understand. Most importantly, when your child comes out, it is like, we have to unlearn some things and learn new things, because our education was always like that, you are educated that, these things are wrong, these are right, so you will have to unlearn many things and learn new things from your own children.
I think what you're saying is perfect, and I would just like to bring to your notice that at India Diversity Forum, we are trying to make this change. We are trying. We have quite a few members now, over 125 members of India Diversity Forum, and we have leaders, corporate leaders, who are leading these various members under various industry councils, because every industry has a different challenge, like when it comes to diversity and inclusion. So we have had our India Diversity Conclave on the 7th of April. We are having an India Diversity Job Fair on the 27th of August. And there are quite a few engagements that we have worked out, because we feel that somewhere intervention is needed to make not just the workplace, but also our homes, our society more sensitive. And people like you, who are the heroes, as I said, are going to make a lot of difference when it comes to this. I am really, really thankful to you, Aruna, for coming for the interview, for accepting it and speaking your mind. And I'm sure it's going to make a lot of difference in making our society and our workplaces diverse and inclusive. Would you want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, just 3 4 one
Yeah,
liners, I can say
yeah.
that, you know uh, what you should do, parents should do, uh, when your child comes out, stop the hate words, hate speech toward them. Try and understand them, educate yourself, for us, what Abhishek did is the same thing, he educated me through indirectly,
Strength.
but educate. And we need to seek our own network, like, Sweekar group, like that, the group, we can seek our own network and do the learning. And your child is your child, your child has not changed, when your child comes out, they have not changed, our perception has changed towards them. So we start thinking, now they have changed, but they are same. They were
Very,
yesterday.
very well said. Very well said. And I'm so happy that I'm beginning this series of our interviews with you, Aruna. And I hope that it affects quite a few parents and their perception of the LGBTQ community and their children who are struggling to come out changes. Thank you very much. And I'm sure we will be in touch for many other forums.
And this one more thing, this
Yeah.
education is not only for children, parents of LGBTQIQ children. This education is required for everybody, you know,
For society.
all of us, the whole
Yes.
society, you know.
Yes.
They have to learn how to respect other. That is why this education is required for all of us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day and give my love to your son.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.